way.Pete'sTools.com.
Hey guys, Pete from Pete's Tools, great to see you here again today. Hey, what's Pete on about this time? On about drive roller settings. When I first started MIG welding, I sucked at it really. Half the trouble was I didn't have my settings on my drive roller set properly, and the wire couldn't come out of the gun efficiently, and it was causing me all sorts of problems with my welding. Anyway guys, just a little couple of tricks that I've found over the years to get you guys up and going when you're setting your drive roller settings, so you'll be welding like a pro in no time. Same as usual guys, if you like my video, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, come say good day at weitstools.com, and let's get into it.
So guys, this is pretty standard for the old MIG welder. I've got quite a big MIG welder and I'm running a 15 kg roll in here, but it all comes down to the tension on your drive rollers here. You guys just got to make sure that there's just enough tension on there that you can weld whatever you need to weld, but not too much that if it gets hung up somewhere in your liner that you get a big bird's nest here, because it can be awfully pain in the bum sort of thing. Especially when you're first starting to weld, because it's quite frustrating if you understand that. See guys, we have our drive roller tensioner here, and you can see all the numbers running down there, and this has actually got a spring in the inside of it. So when you adjust this with the spring inside it, it pushes down on this lever here, and as much as you adjust this, the harder it pushes down obviously. Now if you pull this back like that, you can actually see the roller in here guys. Can you see that roller? And the roller there's got a groove in it, and the groove is much the same size as the wire that you're running through your machine. So this is basically a bearing here on the top, and then that pushes down onto the groove roller down there like so, and then you put your tension on top of that, and that's what gives you the drive. That's what pulls this round, and it pulls it out through your gun, and then you start welding on your machine. But if your drive rollers are worn or the tension's not right, then this is actually designed to slip. You don't want it so it doesn't slip, because if you run into any sort of trouble welding, or you run into trouble with your liner, or a piece of wire gets stuck in your liner, all you're going to do is end up with a great big bird's nest here, and then you'll lose half a coil of wire, and you'll get awfully frustrated, and it just doesn't help your welding skills at all when you first start. I'll show you what happens guys if the tension in here is too much and you hit some sort of obstacle in your liner. Now if I really wind this down guys, right down, really put some pressure on it, it not only will squash my wire, it'll take the coating off the outside of it and put all sorts of gunk in the liner, and it'll block up my contact tip, but it'll also not allow it to slip on the roll, and if it doesn't slip on the roll, I'll show you what happens. Alright guys, I'll turn that on and I'll show you what happens. Now I've got the old machine turned on guys, so I'll pull the trigger and the wire comes out like that. See, we've got the coil of wire here guys going round, we've got the drive rollers here driving it round nicely, and our wires coming out of our torch like so. Now watch what happens when we get a jam up. So you end up with something like this guys, and then it just keeps going and going and going, because you've got the door of your welder shut, and then before you know it you've got a big bird's nest everywhere, and then it's just a pain in the arse, and then you're really discouraged with your welding. So that's why your drive roller tension is really important guys. So the easiest way I found to do it guys, an old guy taught me when I first started. Listen to me telling me an old guy taught me, and I'm an old guy now as well. Anyway, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it Pete? Anyway, what I do is I back it off here quite a lot, so it's quite loose, so the spring in there is very, very loose, and then I just grab my torch like so, and then run out about an inch, inch and a half of wire like that. And before you do this, make sure that you haven't got your earth clamp on the table, or your earth clamp isn't even plugged into your machine. So all I do guys is just run about an inch of wire out like so, inch, inch and a half, 2 inches, just enough so you've got enough to play with. And then I just grab it, I take my gloves off and just grab it and pinch it like that, and then pull the trigger. Can you hear that guys? The drive rollers are spinning, but it's not pushing the wire through, see that? And then all I do is just tension it up a little bit up here, just a couple of tads. Doesn't take very much guys. So the whole objective of this is that you want to have wire coming out here constantly all the time, but as soon as you hit any sort of obstruction in the liner or anything, you want this just to spin here, so that you don't get a great big bird's nest and you don't get all sorts of issues when you're trying to weld. Because there's nothing worse than cleaning that bird's nest. Trust me guys, I've been there and done it and got the t-shirt. Right, so we've tightened that up a little bit more guys, and we'll see if we can push it through now. See, that's coming through a bit better now. But you can hear it still slipping a little bit. So I just go another couple. Like so. Try it again Pete. There you go. I can't hold it now, and that's what we want. So basically what we've got here is just finger tight. Well, that's how I've been taught to do it anyway.
once again guys, just grab it like this. See that? Now we're pushing the gun back like so. We can't hold that wire in there. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty good tightness. But if we hit a jam up or something, it'll still slip. Now, a lot of you guys don't want to do it like this, and I can understand that because you don't want to put your hands on the wire, so I've got another quick way of doing it as well. So what we do for this method, guys, is just run a little bit of wire out like so, bend the end of them up like so it looks like that. And a lot of you guys will use a block of wood or something because you're scared of getting electrocuted, but just make sure that your earth is not on your table. That's what I do anyway. As long as the earth's not on here, you're not having current going through your machine. Then what I do is I put the wire on the table like that and then pull the trigger. See how we're slipping here, guys? So I'll just tighten this up a little bit and then we'll just try exactly the same thing again, guys. Just push it down on the table. The object of the exercise is to get your wire to come up and do a loop about an inch and a half, 2 inches, and keep looping like that without it stopping the drive rollers. See that? That's still way too big, guys. So we'll give it a little bit more. Give it another go. Push it down quite hard. See how that's turning around there like so now? Can you see that doing that, guys? And that's what we're looking for. And that's what we're looking for, guys. With the weight of me pushing that on the table, it's still driving it through. So we'll do that again, guys, and I'll show you. One more time, guys. Here we go. See, we're getting nice circles there. It's pulling it through. Beautiful. See that, guys? That's what we're looking for. And then we've got basically the right tension. But I prefer the first method. Just use your fingers. And as long as you can't hold it anymore, then it's all Bob's your wombat as far as I'm concerned. And I've never had any issues. But if you have your drive rollers too tight, like I keep saying, that you're going to have issues with your liners and all sorts of stuff. So guys, that's Pete's little tip for the day. If you don't want your MIG welder to end up looking like this, as a total mess in the wire department, then just do those couple of quick little things that I showed you and you shouldn't have any issue at all. Alright guys, that's about it for this time. See you next time. Remember to subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, come say good day at peachstools.com, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.
peachtools.com. peachtools.com.